The American Broadcasting Company Radio Network presents Space Patrol. High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy have entered a laboratory on the planet Mars to capture a criminal. With ray guns drawn, they advance toward their foe, who suddenly darts behind a high-frequency generator.
He's trying to get out the door, Commander.
After him, Happy, before he gets away.
Yes, sir.
I can't move. You're in a high-voltage field. Throw down your gun. I can't.
We'll be back in a moment with today's exciting Space Patrol story, Voyage to the Future. Obligation. It's a big word. What does it mean? Debt, perhaps? Duty? Yes. Necessity? Certainly. And for young men between the ages of 17 and 18 and a half with a military obligation, the National Guard offers many advantages and opportunities. If you enlist in your local National Guard unit, you may start your training right there at home. There's no need to interrupt your work or school. And as long as you maintain a satisfactory standing, you will not be placed on active duty unless your unit is called in a national emergency. Inquire about the unlimited opportunities the National Guard offers you by contacting your local armory. Preparedness now is a safeguard against the future. Do your part by enlisting in the National Guard. Now, today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, Voyage to the Future. Commander Corey has captured a criminal who has accidentally made an astounding discovery. The same hyperspace mechanism that enables star drive ships to travel enormous distances can also be used to send the ship back through time to any period in the past. An accomplice of the captured Dr. Scarno managed to escape with a pirate treasure that had been brought forward through time from the 16th century. At the Terra spaceport, Buzz and Happy are taking Dr. Scarno into the star drive ship in which the criminal scientist made his remarkable discovery.
All right, Scarno, before we blast off, let's get a few things straight. You're still in custody, understand?
Yes, Commander.
You're here because you're the only one who knows how to use the hyperspace mechanism to travel through time. If you cooperate, you'll be speeding up your rehabilitation treatment. You'll be a free man after it's soon. First, tell me what you want me to do. I want you to help us locate Phil Bristol.
But he hasn't got a star drive ship. I don't have the slightest idea where he is.
No, but you've got a good reason for wanting to catch him.
I have.
Happy means the pirate treasure.
You mean I get to keep it?
After you complete your treatment at the rehab center, it's yours. You dug it up, and you're back in the 16th century. Since you don't have any laws at present governing time travel, the gold is yours by right of discovery.
Well, that's very generous of you, I must say.
You bet it is, Scarno. Scarno, here's my plan to capture Bristol. After we blast off from Terra, we'll set a hyperspace vector for the planet Earth. About 2 days back in time.
But, Commander, Bristol is in the present.
I know. You disappeared from the spaceport behind these mountains 2 days ago, and you were on your third trip back into the 16th century.
Yes. So?
Within an hour or so, we know when he blasted off.
And if we go back to that time, we can see him escape.
And you think you can stop him? Prevent him from doing something we already did 2 days ago?
That I don't know. Perhaps we got a line on where he headed when he left the spaceport.
Well, we're cleared for blast-off, sir. Space control just signal.
But it would be dangerous to use this ship. It's in bad shape.
When used fully. Yes, but I've had it checked. Mechanically, it's spaceworthy. The hyperspace computer is out of alignment, but that may be the reason the ship is able to travel in time.
Is the computer tampered with?
No, just the way it was the last time you used it. All right, prepare for blast-off. Hap, close ports.
Close ports.
Fire jets.
Fire jets.
Up ship and away.
We're up to star drive velocity, Commander.
All right, Hap. Scarno, have you set the hyperspace vector?
Yes. We should emerge near Earth with a time coordinate of minus 51 hours.
Good. You should see Earth as it was at 1400 hours 2 days ago. I'm putting in the star drive. How do you feel, Scarno?
All right. A little dizzy, but I don't think I'll black out this time.
You're probably getting used to the hyperspace transition. Captain, ready to check Earth with the view scopes.
Yes, sir. Hey, we're going back into regular space already.
Scarno, your job is finished for the time being. Just sit back and relax.
There's the Earth. Not a focus of view scope on South America.
You'll vector in a few thousand DUs nearer the planet, man.
But what if we check Bristol's spaceport and he isn't there?
You mean we've miscalculated the time. Let's go back an hour or so.
Hey, Commander. There's a ship in the starboard view scope, outward bound from Earth.
Quick, Cap, get its tight and fast.
Yes, sir. It's a private cruiser, Class C.
Just try to ship it that description. Zambie's port. Is that right, Scarno? Yes. Increase sensitivity and get the registry number, Hap. Bristol ship is ETC 504S.
Maybe he changed it.
I doubt that we have time.
I can just make it out, sir. It's ETC 504S.
It's good to ship, all right.
Hey, if we change vector, we can be on him in a few minutes.
First, we'll try contacting him by spaceplane. Commander Corey aboard Star Drive Cruiser JS-14. Polling Phil Bristol aboard private cruiser ETC 504S. Commander Corey to Bristol. No response.
He's not changing speed or vector. But he must hear you. Hey, maybe a warning shot of the spaceport.
Oh, I forgot. The ship isn't armed. I wouldn't use it anyway, huh? I don't think it would have any effect.
Why not?
For him, we may not exist in this part of space. The ship is now a time machine. We can see out and look at the past.
But Bristol being in the past can't see us.
There's one thing we can do, and that's follow Bristol's ship.
We're gaining on him, sir. I guess you were right about him not being able to see us.
Yes, he'd be changing vector or something like that.
Seems to be on a Mars trajectory. We'll follow him and make sure.
You were right, sir. Bristol's heading for Mars.
Apparently, he's going to land at Lowell City. Lowell City. Scarno, do you know if Bristol has any contacts in Lowell City? Any place he might hide?
Yes, he mentioned a pal named Herman Betson.
Who is this Betson? What is he doing?
Anything that pays a profit for very little work. At the front, he's an aerial prospector. You know, he flies over land with electronic probes searching for precious metals.
That sounds like honest work.
You don't know Betson.
All right, it's now minus 50 hours, 40 minutes. Set up the hyperspace computer to return to our present time.
But that's more than 2 days from now. Bristol may be somewhere else by then.
If we can't get a lead on him from Betson, we'll backtrack him through time. Now get busy, Scarno. Set a vector for Mars, present time.
Ormond Betson's laboratory in Lowell City is small but well equipped. The array of ore samples, darts, and testing devices indicate that Betson is a serious, capable expert on metals. At this moment, he is examining some coins handed him by Phil Bristol.
Yeah, they're gold, all right.
Of course they are. Look at the dates on them. They're genuine Spanish coins minted in the 16th century.
They look too new to be genuine, Bristol. A coin collector who knows his business will just laugh at you.
They're 14 centuries old, I tell you. And I've got a whole chest full of them.
A real pirate treasure. You've stumbled on some of Captain Kidd's hidden loot. Really, Bristol, I'm insulted to think you try to pass such a phony job of counterfeiting off on me.
Betson, listen. I know this is going to sound crazy, but these are the real thing. They were transported from the past into the present. That's why they look new.
Oh, sure. I should have known.
They're right out of the 16th century. If I'm lying, I hope a bolt of lightning strikes me dead.
Oh, you sure jumped.
What was it? What was it?
Nothing to be alarmed about, Bristol. If you don't get close to that machine over there, I'm charging up some fake tellurium.
Oh, what's the idea?
Yeah, I plant the stuff on some land a friend of mine owns. We sell the valuable property to a sucker. And we split the profits.
Great. But isn't it dangerous, the machine, I mean?
You're near the machine during a charge and you're holding a piece of metal, you get knocked across the room, that's all. In another hour, I'll have some fake tellurium, and we'll test out like a real thing. That's more than I can say for your Spanish coin, Justin.
You've got to believe me. I've been waiting here in Lowell City for 2 days when you got back from Venus. These aren't fakes. Dr. Scarno accidentally discovered a way to travel into the past.
Doc Scarno?
Yes, he stole a Star Drive ship. The hyperspace computer was out of adjustment. And he ended up in the year 1591. He figured out how to control it. Now he can use the ship to travel in time as well as through space.
Where is Scarno now?
Unless he's still back in the 16th century, he's probably looking for me.
What?
That's why I need your help. Scarno left the treasure chest with me while he made another trip into the past.
And you double-crossed him? You idiot! For one little chest full of gold, you ruin a chance to make millions. Talk about killing the goose that laid the golden egg.
But listen, I didn't want to get mixed up with Scarno. The Space Patrol will be after him for what he did to Commander Corey and the cadet.
And what did he do to them?
He's going to drop him off in the 16th century.
Drop them off? Oh, what a marvelous idea. I sure got to hand it to Doc Scarno. With Corey back in the 16th century, Scarno won't have to worry about him being here in the 30th.
But Scarno's still on the spot. Corey's got...
Sure. So has Scarno. Next move, listen. Come on, get moving. Commander Corey.
What a surprise.
It's just that I wasn't expecting a visit from the top brass. I mean, it isn't every day I get a visit from the Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. Sir.
Are you Ormond Detson?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Phil Bristol.
Phil Bristol? I don't know anyone by that name.
We have it on good authority that you and Bristol are pals.
That's really funny, Commander. Who told you that?
A crook who calls himself Dr. Scarno.
Scarno? I thought he...
Hey, Commander, look. Look at this. Here on the desk.
What is it?
Gold coins. Spanish coins. Dated in the 1500s.
Just some imitations. They're for an exhibit a friend of mine is arranging.
Let me see them.
You see, this friend of mine has a hobby, duplicating coins of the past. You can tell by their new appearance that they're not meant to be the real article. They're just artistic copies.
These are the real thing, Detson.
What?
Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter, but they prove that Bristol was here. Where is it?
Then he was telling the truth after all. Scarno did go back into the past.
That's right.
Yeah, and he tried to Shanghai us back to the 16th century.
And at present, he's safely locked up in the compartment of the Star Drive ship at the spaceport. Tell us where Bristol is, or you'll be joining Scarno.
Now, don't try to get away, Detson. We'll use our ray guns.
You won't find Bristol if I'm unconscious.
After him, Happy, before he gets away.
Yes, sir. I can't move.
You're in a high voltage deal. Throw down your gun. I can't.
Quite a shock, wasn't it, gentlemen? When you recover, you'll get another kind of shock. From Doc Scarno.
We'll return to today's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. Boys and girls, here's a little problem. How long does it take to cross a street? 5 seconds? 10 seconds? Well, that may be the right answer if you're careful to cross at the corner and wait for the traffic light. But if you cross in the middle of the block, it may take you weeks to get to the other side. Yes, weeks. Weeks spent in the hospital or in bed at home with broken bones and bruises that come from being in an automobile accident. Don't forget, the motorist doesn't expect to find anyone in the middle of the block. He may not be able to stop in time. That's why it may take weeks from the moment you start across the street until you finally reach the other side. The second you might save isn't worth those weeks you might lose. So be careful. Cross with the light and only at corners. Remember, the life you save may be your own. Now back to today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, Voyage to the Future. Buzz and Happy trailed the fugitive Phil Bristol to a laboratory in Lowell City on the planet Mars. Bristol's associate, Ormond Detson, at first denied all knowledge of the wanted man, but the presence of ancient Spanish coins proved Detson's story to be false. Faking an attempt to escape, Detson lured the space patrollers into a high-voltage field, stunning them with a strong electric shock. Now, Detson and Bristol, the two criminals, securely bind Buzz and Happy.
I am good and tight, Bristol. Later, we'll gag him.
How they happen to come here?
Scarno's plan misfired. Corey's got Scarno locked in the Star Drive ship at the spaceport.
Okay, I'm tied up. Let's get out of here.
No. We're going to the spaceport and rescue Scarno.
Jetson, you crazy? We couldn't get into that ship.
With Corey and the cadet with us, we can. They'll keep a blast gun in their ribs and make it look as though Corey was taking us to the ship.
I don't like it. It's too risky.
All right, relax. Corey, you're tied up.
Better turn us loose. Happy and I aren't back at the spaceport very soon. We'll be having company.
Don't worry. We'll be back all right, Corey. You're taking us to Scarno. If you try to tip off your men, we'll use a blaster on the first hero who tries to stop us.
Knowing that any attempt to escape or spread an alarm would be fatal to themselves and to others, Buzz and Happy permit themselves to be taken to the Lowell City spaceport by Detson and Bristol. Unchallenged, the two criminals, apparently escorted by the space patrollers, board the Star Drive ship and release Dr. Scarno. Scarno immediately takes charge and forces Buzz to blast off.
All right, Corey. Get away from the controls. Move.
Okay, Scarno.
Detson, you take over.
Sure, Doc.
Keep watching the view scope. If you sight any space patrol ships, we'll go into Star Drive.
Look, why don't we go back into the past to pick up some more treasure? We'll be safe there.
It isn't as simple as that. You have to know exactly where the treasure is.
And besides, you can't do anything while you're in the past that would change the real future.
Hey, I've got it. We can't change the past, but we might change the future. The future hasn't happened yet.
What are you getting at, Doc?
We knew what was going to happen tomorrow, or next week we could clean up on investment, government projects.
Yeah, even sports events.
Can you travel into the future?
There's just one way to find out. Set the computer to a future time and try it.
Doctor, that's taking an awful risk.
We'll land this ship on Mercury. A nice safe place with another spaceship handy in case we have to leave in a hurry. You, Bristol, will take this ship into the future.
But I don't know anything about Star Drive or hyperspace vectors.
The cadet does. He'll go with you. I'll give complete instructions on how to set a vector for the future and for your return.
But, Doc, you can't trust the cadet.
And I'm not so sure I can trust you. This is a chance for you to redeem yourself, Bristol. You can keep the cadet locked up. He'll be your insurance in case you can't work the hyperspace.
Now, just a minute, Scarno.
Out of this, Corey.
Doc, I got an idea. The Gantolis project on Venus.
What about it?
The government commission hasn't decided yet whether or not to okay the power project near Mount Gantolis.
Go on.
If we're supposed to go ahead with it, we'll open the whole valley to industry, mining, and farming. Everything.
Yes, but there's another site under consideration.
Look, if we could look a month or two into the future, we know our information be worth millions.
Brilliant. We'd clean up legitimately, too. Whichever way the commission votes, we'd be in on the ground floor.
How do I find out how the commission will vote, even if I do get into the future? Now, this is a new scam.
No, you idiot. You merely fly over Mount Gantolis. There's activity there, construction, mining, then you'll know the answer.
I'm warning you, Scarno.
I'll handle this, Corey. You're staying with Detson and me at our Mercury hideout. That's to ensure the cadet's good behavior with Bristol. You understand what I mean, cadet?
Yeah, sure.
Good. All right, Detson. Get a vector for Mercury.
In Scarno's hideout in a desolate region of the planet Mercury, Scarno stands by a spaceophone while Detson keeps Commander Corey covered with a blast gun. The three men look through a window watching the Star Drive ship grounded 200 yards away. What's the matter with Bristol? I hope he's not having trouble with that cadet.
You just watch, Corey. Scarno to Bristol. Bristol, do you read me? Come in.
Bristol here, Doc. Just locked the cadet up. All ready to blast off.
All right, listen. If you want to live to see the real future, don't try to double-cross me again. Scarno out.
Doc, if this works, we'll own the entire United Planet.
Right. Knowledge is power, they say. You'll have knowledge. Knowledge no one else can get.
And there they go. Into the future.
Into our future.
Happy doesn't come back, Scarno. You won't have it.
Locked in the compartment, Happy feels the acceleration of blast-off. Then, later, the eerie hum of the hyperspace mechanism as the ship goes into star drive. Once more, the ship emerges into regular rocket drive. Still, Happy has no way of knowing where he is, either in space or in time.
All right, cadet, come on out. I need you up forward.
Where are we?
Where we're supposed to be, over Venus. Hurry up. I need help to get back into Stardust.
You're in the future?
Yeah. And remember, I got you covered. Just check the hyperspace computer. Be sure I got it set up right for a return to regular time.
How far into the future are we?
According to Scarno's calculations, 2 months. All right, get to work.
Hey, the view screen. Is that Mount Gantolis?
Never mind that. Your job is a computer.
Hey, look at all the activity down there in the valley.
That shows the commission voted to go all out on the Gantolis project.
And rockets. Look at Mount Gantolis. Smoke is pouring out of it. It's erupting.
Yeah, what do you know? A volcano.
If you look close at the view screen, you can see cracks in the smoke. Bristol, we've got to warn those people down there in the valley. There's a volcano eruption. Quite.
Never mind. Get back to Scarno.
Scarno can go kiss a cow. If we warn those work crews in time, they can get out of the valley before that hot lava comes pouring down on them.
Get away from that spacephone, cadet, or I'll use this ray gun.
That won't get you back to Scarno. For the love of Jupiter, Bristol, if you don't think anything of human life, at least think of your future investment.
All right, go ahead, but make it fast.
Don't worry. Urgent. Emergency. This is Cadet Happy aboard cruiser JS-14, now over Mount Gantolis, Venus. Calling Gantolis Project and all Space Patrol units in the Venus sector. Emergency. Attention, all Venus stations. Mount Gantolis is erupting. Clear the lower valley immediately. Cadet Happy calling all Venus stations. Acknowledge. Repeat. This is Cadet Happy aboard Star Drive ship JS-14. Sound disaster alert in the Gantolis area.
All right, Boy Scout, you've done your good deed. That's enough.
Bristol, maybe they didn't hear
Maybe they can't hear you. They're in the future. We're from the past. Now, come on, pick up that hyperspace vector. We're going back to report to Scarno.
As the Star Drive ship settles down near the hideout on Mercury, Scarno sends Detson out to bring Bristol and Happy into the hidden stronghold. Scarno shoves Happy toward Commander Corey.
You two stand over there. This tricky move from either of you, and I'll use this blaster.
Happy, you all right?
Yes, sir. I think so.
And quiet.
Bristol, did you make it?
You get into the future.
Yes, so.
What about Mount Gantolis? What did it look like?
I don't remember.
Cadet, you tell me. The Gantolis project goes through.
I don't know. There's something I try to remember. Maybe it was a dream. I wish I could think of it.
Scarno, they seem to be in a state of shock. Let them alone. All I want from these men is a simple answer. Did they get into the future?
It's a blank from the time we went into hyperspace until we came out. I must have had a dream. Horrible. Almost a nightmare.
About what, now?
Most
You better remember or I'll beat it out of
Now
you.
hold it, Scarno.
Maybe it's impossible to bring anything back from the future. Not even a memory.
Why not?
Bristol and Happy are back in the present. Memories return to the same condition they were in before.
Scarno, give me that gun. I'll beat some memories out of Bristol. What did you see on
Get Scarno, Hap.
Yes, sir.
All right, Detson, had enough?
Yeah.
Bristol's got cold, sir. Well, I think the rest of started fighting among themselves. Hey, what's the matter? Where's Scarno?
You ducked out while we were busy.
I see him now. He's nearly through the ship. Hey, I'll go after him.
No, Happy, you'd never make it. I'll warn the Memphis unit to watch for him. Keep an eye on Bristol and Detson.
I wish I could remember what happened aboard that ship. I remember the vague recollection of a terrible fear.
There goes Scarno. Commander Corey in Sector G4 Mercury, calling Mercury City Space Patrol Headquarters. Corey to Mercury City Headquarters. Urgent, come in.
Mercury City Space Patrol Headquarters, Commander Corey, Captain Collins here.
Captain, sound on all units alert. Intercept Star Drive cruiser JS-14, just blasting off from Sector G4 Mercury. Doc Scarno is aboard.
Star Drive Cruiser JS-4, yes, sir.
Get into action fast. Scarno may go into hyperspace as soon as he reaches Star Drive velocity.
Very good, sir. Do you need any help where you are?
No, thanks. There's a ship here. Happy and I'll bring in 2 of Scarno's men.
And Happy's there with you.
Yes, why?
We intercepted a strange message on a hyperspace receiver. Boy claimed to be Cadet Happy sent out a disaster.
Me? A disaster call?
Captain, this is a hyperspace pickup?
Yes, sir. Somebody must be playing practical jokes. We sent out a Venus squadron and investigate just in case.
Investigate what?
Mount Gantolis. Here's a microtape recording of the message, sir. Want to hear it?
Yes, go ahead.
Cadet Happy calling all Venus stations emergency. Mount Gantolis is erupting. Clear the lower valley immediately. Cadet Happy aboard Star Drive ship JS-14. Sound disaster alert in the Gantolis area. That's it, sir. Venus headquarters sent patrols to Gantolis, and there's nobody in danger. The valley is deserted. There's no sign of an eruption.
No, Captain.
There isn't now, but there will be in 2 months.
I beg your pardon, sir?
And never mind, Captain. I'll contact you later. Sorry, out.
Commander, it's beginning to come back. There's 4 people. I saw them when the volcano erupted. The lava was pouring down right over them.
Volcano may erupt 2 months from now. There'll be no one in the bunker.
I had no idea the hyperspace transmitter was on. Well, how come it could get through from the future back to the present?
I'm not sure, Hap. Perhaps in hyperspace, time has no past, present, or future. Maybe just one big now.
Then there won't be a disaster? You mean I really changed the future?
Hap, everything we do changes the future to some extent. That's what makes living fun.
Yes, sir, you're right. And you know, I sort of hope the patrol ships don't get Scarno. I like the fun of catching him ourselves.
Either. You don't need a trip into the future to know the answer to that.
A preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. Modern-day aviation has made vacations in Europe commonplace. It also has made possible intercontinental war. Of course, our country has a protective radar system, but there are gaps in this defense screen which could be penetrated by low-flying planes. To cover these blind spots, the Air Force has organized the Ground Observer Corps, the civilian component of the Air Defense Command. It operates 24 hours a day in observation posts and filter centers, reporting the presence and activity of unidentified aircraft. Right now, 150,000 more part-time volunteers are needed, men, women, and teenagers. You're asked to join. The Silver Wings of the Ground Observer Corps are a proud symbol of civilian participation in our defense. Contact your nearest Civil Defense Center. Now a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy have been taken back millions of years through time and forced out of Scarno's spaceship in a tropic jungle on the planet Earth.
Stay clear of that cockpit, Hank. Get stuck in that stuff, you'd have a hard time getting out.
Smoking rockets. What was that?
What I think it is, we're in trouble.
Hey, Commander, look. Coming out of the jungle. It's a monster.
The biggest dinosaur that ever lived.
It must be 50 feet high.
Yeah, sure. Look at
Wow. Look at those teeth. It could gobble us up in one bite. Sarge, Happy, run!
Be with us next week for the thrilling Space Patrol story, The Monster from the Past. Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson. Executive producer, Helen Moser. Other players were Ken Mayer, Norman Jolly, and Tom McKee. Dick Wesson speaking. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday at this same time for exciting adventure on Space Patrol. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.